Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome to the Vitaric Health Podcast. I'm Matt, your resident nutrition nerd who still pronounces kimchi like it's a dance move.
And I'm Joanne. I mostly keep him from turning every episode into a fermented food pun.
Mostly, she says.
Today we're kicking off a brand new mini-series, Gut Health 101, Your Second Brain Explained. Over the next few episodes, we'll break down everything from microbiome myths to fiber hacks, but right now we're starting with the basics.
Section 1 is all about why your gut gets the fancy nickname, the second brain. Spoiler, it's not just a clickbait, it's legit neuroanatomy.
Grab your kombucha or your plain water in a mason jar, no judgment, and let's dive in.
Okay.
Picture this. Your digestive tract is basically a subway line that starts at your mouth, goes all the way down to, station exit.
Nice euphemism.
Thank you. Now, lining that subway tunnel are roughly 500 million neurons. That's more neurons than in a cat's entire brain.
Which explains why my cat is, selectively intelligent.
Hey, Mittens chooses chaos.
Anyway, those neurons make up something called the enteric nervous system, or ENS if you want to sound fancy at dinner parties.
The ENS can run digestion without the central nervous system bossing it around. So even if, theoretically, your brain checked out on vacay, your gut would still contract, secrete enzymes, absorb nutrients, like, I got this, bro.
And the gut's private hotline to the brain is the vagus nerve. Think of it as a fiber optic cable running two-way traffic. Except, get this, about 90% of the messages go up from the gut to the brain, not the other way.
Yeah, the brain's basically getting Slack notifications from the gut all day. New serotonin shipment just left the colon. Ding!
Or, emergency, spicy ramen level 10 incoming.
Side note, up to 95% of your body's serotonin is made in the gut wall, not the head. So when people say gut feeling, it's literally a chemical mood swing down there.
Let's break down why the gut evolved this autonomy. Quick evolutionary road trip.
Sure. Millions of years ago, single-cell organisms were basically just bags of goo digesting dinner. As life got bigger, those digestive tubes needed a local switchboard, bam, enteric nervous system, to control peristalsis without waiting for the OG brain's slowpoke feedback.
Right, because if a saber-toothed tiger's chasing you, you can't be like, hold up, brain, should I keep moving food along or not?
Exactly. Survival required multitasking, run from tiger, and keep digesting mammoth tacos.
Mammoth tacos. I can almost taste the paleo food truck vibe.
With extra bone marrow aioli.
Yes.
Fast forward to now, our ENS still operates like a semi-independent CEO. But when modern stress hits, emails, traffic, doom scrolling, your central nervous system spams the vagus with fight or flight pings. Digestion slows, blood flow shunts away, stomach acid can misfire.
That's why you can feel queasy before a job interview, or why chronic stress equals chronic indigestion.
And conversely, gut dysbiosis, that's when your microbial neighborhood gets sketchy, sends inflammatory signals up to the brain, causing brain fog, low mood, even anxiety.
So the communication isn't just text. It's voice, video, GIFs, cytokines, hormones, neurotransmitters, you name it.
Exactly. If your gut-brain convo were a group chat, it would be chaotic neutral.
Okay, big takeaway so far. Your gut's not a side character. It's a co-lead. Neglect it, and the whole show suffers.
Which begs the question, how do we keep this second brain happy? Spoiler, fiber, diversity, sleep, and not living on double espressos alone.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. In Section 2, we'll meet the trillions of microbes that actually run the place. Think of them as interns with surprising power.
They unionized.
Before we go, quick mythbuster. Ever heard someone say the gut is just the plumbing? Nah, more like a smart home with sensors in every pipe.
And the sensors gossip.
Okay, Joe, open the microscopic curtain. Who exactly lives in our gut condo?
Picture Times Square on New Year's Eve, but inside your intestines. You've got trillions of bacteria, plus viruses, archaea, yeasts, even sneaky little parasites. Altogether, they weigh about 2 to 3 pounds. Basically, a chihuahua made of microbes.
I'd name mine Probi Chihuahua.
Oh my gosh, wow. Anyway, scientists called this bustling crowd the gut microbiota, and the collective genes they carry, that's the microbiome, sort of their group Dropbox full of metabolic tricks.
Key point, they're not freeloaders. They ferment fibers our bodies can't digest, cranking out short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, like butyrate, acetate, propionate. Delicious names, terrible perfume.
Butyrate scented candle, hard pass. These SCFAs feed our colon cells, reduce inflammation, and help regulate blood sugar. So every time you eat plants, you're basically tipping your microbial baristas.
Curious. And diversity matters, right? One note on that. Studies show people with 30 plus different plant foods per week, beans, herbs, nuts, all that, have a richer microbiome and lower inflammatory markers.
Yep. Think of diversity like a stock portfolio. If you only invest in, say, white bread, your portfolio tanks when gluten takes a vacation. Mix in lentils, kale, flax, even weird stuff like jicama. Boom, economic resilience.
Okay, meet the headliners. Bifidobacteria, early life champs, thrive on breast milk sugars, calm inflammation. Lactobacillus, lactose-munching crowd, shows up in yogurt and sauerkraut. Akkermansia muciniphila, whispers, the James Bond of microbes. It eats mucus and somehow improves metabolic health. Matt, Faculobacterium prausnitzii, produces tons of butyrate. Low levels often show up in IBS.
Don't forget the phages. Viruses that infect bacteria, they're like microscopic bouncers keeping rowdy strains in check.
Mischievously, bacteria reality show. Big Brother, but tinier.
Contestant gets voted out via phage attack. Now, quick reality check. Antibiotics are lifesavers, but they're like dropping a bomb on that reality show house. You lose both villains and heroes.
Exactly. Studies show a single course of broad-spectrum antibiotics can wipe out up to 30% of microbial diversity, and some species never return. So always follow your dog's advice, but don't beg for antibiotics when it's a viral sniffle.
And if you must take them, pair with fiber-rich foods and maybe a clinically backed probiotic. Speaking of which, tiny mythbuster, more CFUs equals better? Nope. A product bragging 100 billion CFUs can still be useless if the strains aren't studied or don't survive stomach acid.
It's like sending an army with no parachutes. They jump, splat.
Or wrong troops for the battle, bringing lifeguards to a snowstorm. Always look for specific strains and research, not just big numbers.
So size doesn't matter, quality does. Got it.
Moving on. Ever heard of postbiotics? That's the cool kid term for what microbes make. SCFAs, peptides, vitamins like K2, you can actually buy heat-killed bacteria that still provide benefits. Dead but helpful. Zombie supplements.
And then there are symbiotics. Prebiotics plus probiotics teaming up like Marvel crossover episodes.
Exactly. Prebiotics are basically fertilizer, fibers like inulin, resistant starch, GOS. You feed the good guys, they throw you a chemical party.
Quick word on fermented foods. Yogurt, kefir, kimchi, miso. The life cultures in those aren't always permanent residents, but they behave like friendly tourists who tidy the hotel room before checking out.
Love that analogy. Also, diversity of fermented foods matters too. Rotate your kefir with kimchi or tempeh. Give your palate a passport.
Excited? Let's drop a surprising stat. A 2021 Stanford study found that participants who ate 6 servings of fermented foods daily, tiny servings by the way, saw an increase in microbiome diversity and reduced inflammatory markers in just 10 weeks.
which proves you don't always need fancy supplements. Sometimes it's as simple as adding sauerkraut to your lunch wrap.
Two caveats. First, if you have histamine intolerance, go slow on ferments or choose low histamine options like coconut yogurt. Second, immunocompromised folks should chat with their clinicians before chugging homemade kombucha. Safety first, flavor second.
And let's address the elephant, or a tapeworm in the room, parasites. Yes, some people host them, but blanket parasite cleanses with harsh herbs can wreck your microbiota. Always test, don't guess.
So, Joe, wrap us up. Why should listeners care about these tiny tenants?
Because they influence metabolism, immunity, mental health, even skin clarity. Treat them well: fiber, diversity, fermented friends, and minimal unnecessary antibiotics, and they'll turn around and literally make feel-good chemicals for you. Win-win.
Boom. Coming up in Section 3, we'll translate that microbe love into actual meals, diet and lifestyle moves that keep your second brain humming.
Spoiler, donuts aren't totally banned, but they're not exactly microbiome MVPs either.
Stick around. After a quick word from our sponsors, we'll show you how to feed those gut bugs without breaking the bank or your taste buds. Okay, plates and forks out. Time to talk about what actually feeds that second brain.
I'm picturing everyone at home holding up a fork like Simba in The Lion King.
Everything the fiber touches is our kingdom.
Nerd. All right. Ground rule number 1. Your gut bugs are picky eaters. They thrive on complex carbs and polyphenols way more than on ultra-processed sugar bombs.
Translation: the microbes want the party platter of beans, veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, not the sad vending machine pastry.
Exactly. Let's break it down. First up, fiber. Most people in the West hit, 15 grams a day?
If that. Ideal is closer to 30 to 40 grams, basically double. Simple hack: every meal ask, where's my fiber? If the answer is, add something: chia, lentils, apple slices, whatever.
And don't stress about gram math. Use the handful trick. 2 fist-sized portions of plants per meal, and you're likely in the zone.
Speaking of stress, quick side quest. Your gut also hates chronic cortisol. Even if you eat kale by the kilo, scrolling doom posts at 1 a.m. can undo the benefits.
Yep. The gut-brain Slack channel lights up. Stress alert, tight junction proteins loosening, boss.
Cue leaky vibes.
Which is why sleep hygiene is part of gut care. 7 to 9 hours, dark room, no caffeine after lunch. Boring advice, but it's like free medicine.
Okay, back to the fork. Polyphenols. Think deep colors: blueberries, beetroot, red cabbage, green tea, dark chocolate.
Legitimate reason to eat chocolate. Just pick 70% cacao or higher so you're feeding bugs, not your sugar dragon.
Speaking of dragons, let's tackle refined sugar. It's not evil, but large spikes can fuel opportunistic bacteria and yeast. Imagine handing energy drinks to that one obnoxious cousin at a family reunion.
Kyle with the monster logo tattoo, yes. Your goal is blood sugar tidal pools, not roller coaster drops. So pair carbs with protein, fat, and fiber. Peanut butter banana toast instead of plain white toast and jam.
Quick pro tip: vinegar splash. A teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in water before a starchy meal blunts the glucose spike. Science-backed, grandma approved.
And if vinegar makes you gag, swap in a side salad with vinaigrette. Same acetic acid, nicer vibe.
Let's tackle beverages. Kombucha good, sugar-loaded mocha frappe, maybe a sometimes treat. As for alcohol, moderate means 1 drink for women, 2 for men, not daily. Beyond that, you risk microbial drama and intestinal permeability.
Remember, tequila may be made from agave fiber, but that doesn't count as gut health.
If only. Okay, hydration.
Water is the taxi for fiber. Without enough fluid, all that roughage congeals into gut traffic jam.
Aim for urine the color of light straw. Too much detail?
Welcome to health podcasting. All right, let's sprinkle in fermented foods. Minimum viable dose, start with 1/4 cup per day. Yogurt in breakfast, sauerkraut beside dinner, miso soup at lunch. Rotate so you don't OD on kimchi spice and regret it in meetings.
Also, chew slowly. Mechanical breakdown signals the ENS, releases enzymes, and says, yo, acids incoming. If you inhale food like a vacuum, undigested chunks feed gas-loving microbes. Hello, bloat.
Movement matters too. Even a brisk 10-minute walk after meals improves blood sugar curves and aids homeostasis. Think of it as shaking the snow globe so flakes flow evenly.
And don't forget soluble versus insoluble fiber balance. Oats, flax, psyllium soak up water and form a gel, great for cholesterol and stool bulk. Insoluble fibers, think wheat bran, celery strings, scrub the intestinal wall like pipe cleaners.
Gross, but helpful mental image. Got a favorite fiber bomb recipe?
Actually, yes. Rainbow Power Bowl. Quinoa base, roasted sweet potato, steamed broccoli, purple cabbage slaw, black beans, pumpkin seeds, drizzled tahini miso dressing. Checks color diversity, protein, fiber, healthy fats, and tastes like a hug.
Pro tip, roast extra veg on Sunday, storing glass containers so weekday you can assemble bowls in 5 minutes, not 15 hangry minutes.
Angry minutes count triple in emotional damage.
Quick shout on spices: garlic, onion, turmeric, ginger, prebiotic compounds, and anti-inflammatory polyphenols. Plus, flavor means you rely less on sugary sauces.
Side benefit? Vampires stay away.
And maybe coworkers too. Moving on, supplements. You don't have to pop pills, but if you're low on fiber, a tablespoon of psyllium husk in water can bridge the gap. Just chase with more water or risk cement.
If you do choose a probiotic, look for documented strains like Bifidobacterium longum 1714 for stress, Lactobacillus plantarum 299V for IBS. Refrigeration matters unless it's a spore former. And please check expiry dates. Dead bugs, not helpful.
Finally, mindset. Joy is prebiotic. Sharing a meal, laughing, gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, boosts vagal tone, and improves motility. So yes, pizza night with friends can be gut positive if it comes with belly laughs and maybe a side salad.
And a glass of still or sparkling water, not 5 pints of lager.
Baby steps. All right, folks, grab a sticky note. Write fiber plus ferments plus fun. Slap it on your fridge. That's the formula.
Next grocery trip, challenge yourself. 5 new plant foods you haven't bought in the last month. Jicama, sorghum, kohlrabi, beluga lentils, persimmons, whatever looks weird and colorful.
Your gut bugs will throw a rave. Confetti made of butyrate.
What a picture.
All right, myth-busting time. I've got my imaginary buzzer, ready to hit it whenever something's, nonsense.
Joanne, let's go. First up, gluten is the devil.
Yeah, if you have celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, avoid it. Full stop. But the other 90+% of people, gluten isn't a universal gut gremlin.
Exactly. Often the culprit is refined wheat plus junky additives, not gluten itself. Whole grain sourdough made with a long ferment actually lowers FODMAP load and can be easier on the tummy.
So moral, test, don't guess. Next myth, detox juice cleanses reset your gut.
Buzz. Nope. Your liver and kidneys already run a 24/7 detox spa. 3 days of green juice mainly detoxes you from chewing.
Also starves your microbiota of fiber. They're like, bro, where did all the resistant starch go?
Which can backfire. Post-cleanse binge, bloating, blood sugar swings. If you want to reset, eat whole plants, hydrate, sleep, save your cash.
Speaking of cash grabs, Megadose probiotics, the 100 billion CFU flex.
More isn't better. It's like cramming a stadium full of random strangers into your studio apartment. Quality, studied strains greater than sheer numbers.
Plus, delivery format matters. Strain that guy's at 98 degrees F won't survive your 98.6 degrees F body. Shelf-stable spore formers or refrigerated capsules with enteric coating, please.
Okay, condition spotlight. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Not imaginary, not just stress, but stress can crank the dial.
Low FODMAP diet is evidence-backed, but it's meant to be temporary. You restrict, then systematically re-challenge foods to discover triggers, not live on white rice and chicken forever.
And you still need variety. Rotate safe veggies, add herbs, infuse broth. Don't punish your microbiota out of existence.
Cousin diagnosis, SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. People hear gas, bloating, fatigue, and self-label.
But you need a lactulose or glucose breath test, ideally plus symptoms before treatment. Random herbal balm or antibiotic without confirmation could wreck your large bowel community.
Fun fact, up to 40% of positive lactulose tests are false. Work with a clinician.
Joanne, sigh. Next hot term, leaky gut. Technically increased intestinal permeability, real in certain contexts, like IBD, chronic NSAID use, severe stress. Joanne, some strains shift in rodent studies. Human impact modest at typical doses. Moderation.
Matt, coffee causes leaky gut.
Joanne, excess caffeine can irritate some folks, but moderate black coffee actually feeds bifido via polyphenols.
Nice. Coffee. Raw veg is always better for microbiome.
Cooked and raw both offer benefits. Mix it up. Carrots, chilled after cooking, build resistant starch. Gut buffet.
Spicy food causes ulcers.
H. pylori plus NSAIDs cause most ulcers. Capsaicin may even protect lining for some. Personal tolerance rules.
Cool. Final heavy hitter. Colonic irrigation cleans your gut.
Wheezing. Nope. You flush microbes, risk perforation, and disrupt electrolyte balance. Your colon is self-cleaning. Save the spa money.
Put that cash toward a farmer's market haul.
So, bottom line, test, personalize, go evidence first, question quick fixes.
And remember, your gut is resilient. Give it consistent fiber, colorful plants, enough rest, and it will do its day job without drama.
Mostly, unless you drop a triple cheese burrito at 2 a.m.
Fair point. Listen to its feedback. Gas, mood, stool. Those are status reports, not random complaints.
Treat them like helpful memos, not spam.
Okay, deep breath, everybody. We myth busted, we fed the microbes. Now let's pull it together into an actual plan you can start today.
Starter pack time. Picture a cardboard box on your doorstep labeled Open for Happier Guts. We're stuffing it with simple habits, nothing bougie. You ready?
Born ready. Tip number 1, 30 plants per week challenge. We've hinted at it, but here's the nitty-gritty. Any plant counts. Herbs, spices, coffee beans, yes, as long as it's a different species.
So basil does not equal oregano. Black beans does not equal chickpeas. Make a note on your phone, tally as you go. If you hit 20 and stall, grab frozen edamame, sprinkle sesame seeds, boom, 2 more.
Pro move. Swap romaine for mixed leaf spring blend. That's like 5 species instead of 1. Instant points.
And if you share meals with kids or picky partners, turn it into a scavenger hunt. Who spots a new color at dinner? Winner picks the playlist.
Tip 2, fiber at every meal. Easiest anchor is breakfast. Add 2 tablespoons rolled oats to a smoothie or toss chia seeds on yogurt so it's basically pudding with Wi-Fi for microbes.
Midday, think bean plus. Whatever you were going to eat, salad, wrap, soup, toss in half cup of lentils or chickpeas from a can. Rinse, drain, done in 10 seconds.
Dinner? Roast pan wedgies Sunday. Reheat through the week. Fiber shills up automatically like scheduled emails.
Tip 3, chew like you mean it. Shoot for at least 10 chews per mouthful. Sounds silly, but slower eating boosts satiety hormones, reduces gas, and honestly, food tastes better.
I count in my head sometimes 7, 8, 9, then forget. Start daydreaming. But even semi-mindful chewing beats shovel mode.
Quick game. Set your fork down between bites. Forces a micropause. Lets the ENS prep acid and enzymes. Your future self, less bloated, more zen, says thanks.
I pace the hallway holding laundry like a Victorian ghost. Still counts.
Tip 5. Hydrate intelligently. Big glass of water first thing. Keep a refillable bottle in eyesight, out of gut traffic flow. If plain water bores you, add citrus slices or a mince sprig. Zero sugar, microbiome friendly.
Coffee and tea do count toward totals, but balance caffeine with H2O or you'll pee out electrolytes faster than you sip them.
Tip 6. Ferment rotation. 1 small serving daily plus variety weekly. Monday yogurt, Tuesday kimchi, Wednesday kefir broth, Thursday miso broth, Friday tempeh stir fry. Tiny doses, 1/4 cup or 2 tablespoons, prevent histamine overload.
If fermented flavor scares you, start with mild pickles and brine, not vinegar. They're crisp, salty, less funky. Your taste buds acclimate in like 3 tries.
Tip 7. Smart supplementation. Whole foods first, but if budget allows, consider psyllium husk, 1 rounded teaspoon in water, chase with another glass, great for cholesterol and stool bulk. Vitamin D if you live above the 37th parallel, aka most of our UK listeners. Low D impairs gut barrier integrity. Evidence-based probiotic only when needed. Recent antibiotics, traveler's diarrhea, or specific issues like IBS. Look for strain IDs on the label, expiration 6 months out, and storage instructions you'll actually follow.
Stuff left in a hot delivery van in July? Probably DOA. Tip 8. Budget realness. You don't need fancy powders. Buy dry beans in bulk. Soak overnight. Cook huge batch. Freeze flattened zip bags. Cheaper than canned. Frozen berries are half the price of fresh in winter and still rich in polyphenols.
Oof, latte math hurts. Tip 9. Bristol stool chart awareness. Stick a discreet printout inside the bathroom cabinet. You want mostly type 4, smooth like soft serve swirl. Types 1 to 2, up fiber and water. Types 6 to 7, lower FODMAP load temporarily, or see a clinician if persistent.
Normalizing poop chat since episode 1. Tip 10. Joy is the multiplier. Laughing, good company, gratitude, those hit the vagus nerve, lower cortisol, improve motility. So schedule a weekly meal with friends, phones face down. Science says communal eating boosts microbial diversity, probably through shared organisms and lowered stress. Wild, huh?
Pass the bugs, buddy.
Quick recap. Don't stress about perfection. Pick 2 tips tonight. Test for a week. Add 1 more. Tiny hinges swing big gut doors.
And celebrate wins, like I hit 25 plants or I swapped chips for roasted chickpeas. Reward yourself with, a dance party in the kitchen. No shame.
Or a new jar of fancy olives. Microbes love polyphenols. You get a salty treat. Win-win.
Last reminder, progress, not purity. If you smash a donut at 11 p.m., just hydrate, sleep, fiber bomb breakfast, move on. Guilt helps no one, especially not your enteric neurons.
There it is, your gut health starter pack. Sealed, stamped, delivered. Unpack at your own pace and keep us posted on the wins and the weird burps. We love a good burp story.
So relatable.
Quick pit stop. So we've grabbed 5 of the most asked gut health questions. 30-second answers, no waffle.
Stopwatches primed. Let's roll. Q1. When should I take a probiotic?
with the first few bites of a meal. Food cushions the capsule, so more bugs survive stomach acid.
Q2. Kombucha or kefir if I've only room for one.
Kefir carries more live cultures. Kombucha supplies tea polyphenols. Alternate each week, and you'll cover both angles.
Q3. Can a cranky gut really fuel anxiety?
Absolutely. Gut inflammation pings the vagus nerve and scrambles serotonin production. Calm the gut, and mood often follows.
Q4. Is daily bone broth a magic gut sealant?
Nice minerals, decent collagen, but it won't patch leaks solo. Pair it with veggies, fiber, and solid sleep for real repair.
Q5. How much fiber does my 8-year-old need?
Rule of thumb, age plus 5G, so about 13 grams a day. Beans in tacos, fruit at breakfast, kid-friendly, and microbiome approved. Whew! Cheers for hanging out. If today sparked an aha, screenshot the episode, tag us, and share your weirdest new vegetable.
Kohlrabi selfies, please?
Key takeaways: feed diversity, chew slow, move a little, chill often. Your gut's a chatty co-pilot. Listen early, not after turbulence.
Next week, we tackle sleep, how circadian rhythm ties straight into that second brain.
Meantime, hydrate, fiber bomb breakfast, and hug someone. That's a microbiome exchange right there.
Stay gut curious.